We're going to begin on our backs today, so just take a bolster, rolled up mat, and place it right up against your sit bones, and then allow your spine to soften down on it. Bring the soles of your feet together, open your palms up wide, and let your shoulders externally rotate. If you need support underneath your knees, place a block underneath them, and then just let your spine settle into the bolster. And from here, turn your attention to the body and the breath. Feel the expansion, the rise of the abdomen on inhalation, and on exhalation, the belly button falling back to the spine. And as you watch the abdomen rise and fall, you may notice maybe it starts a little more shallow or a little faster at first as we just adjust to this new position, this new orientation. But then as the body and mind begin to settle, the breath will deepen. And the inhale and exhale will naturally get longer. So when that shift occurs, begin to deepen the breath by breathing into the belly and then the ribs. And then exhale, belly, then ribs. A couple rounds of that two-part breath. And when it's ready to grow, you can expand it all the way to the chest. So we'll do belly, then ribs, then chest on inhalation, and exhale, belly, then ribs, then chest. And with that full diaphragmatic breath, bring in the Ujjayi sound. The Ujjayi sound is that ocean wave or whisper type sound to the breath. Just reminds us of how deep and long the breath is and has that added benefit of heating and warming it. And let's just take 3 more breaths here, making sure you're settled, breath is deep, mind is focused. And last one here. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart. Let your thumbs touch your sternum. Draw your chin in so it feels like you're bowing your head to your hands. We'll set the intention for the practice today to be encouraging more breath in the body through this opening of the thoracic area, and then deepening twists so that we strengthen the internal or digestive fire. And just like that relationship that we see between fire and air in our own world, that too little air and the fire goes out, too much air and the fire is wild, finding that even steady breath as a constant stream of oxygen so that the fire burns bright but steady. So if there's anything you want to add to that intention to make it more personal, please state that mentally now. And then place those intentions in your heart, surrounding them with unconditional love. And then bring your hands to the outside edges of your knees. Gently guide your knees to the center. Roll off your bolster for a moment, just coming to rest on your right side. Let the spine balance so it feels neutral. And then push the bolster out of the way with your free hand. Come back onto your back, and we're going to begin with dynamic bridge. So feet flat, knees bent, feet about hip distance apart, arms down by your side, palms face down. Anchor into the feet as you inhale and roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. And then exhale, navel to the spine, lengthen the sit bones toward the heels as you roll down. And we'll do that again. Inhale, roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, navel pulls you back, down slowly towards the earth. Good. Keep going. Inhaling, exhaling. Feel equal pressure in both feet. Make sure the knees don't splay apart. You can imagine that they're hugging an imaginary block, especially as you lift. Good. 3 more, please. And just notice that through the repetition, the tissue becomes warm, the familiarity helps the body to find greater opening with each round. And last one. Very nice. Hug your knees into your chest and rock just a little bit from side to side on your spine. Now we're going to hold the shin bones with our hands. So each hand to each shin bone. And you want to be about mid-shin. And then on your inhale, you're going to push your right knee away. Turn your left cheek down towards the mat as you hug the left knee in. And then come back to center and switch. Push the left knee away. Turn the right cheek into the mat as the right knee comes in. And keep alternating sides. Right knee pushes away, left cheek turns to the mat, left knee comes to chest. And then left knee pushes away, right cheek comes down, right knee comes to chest. So once you get the rhythm of it, the hang of it, just keep moving back and forth, twisting through the neck. Let that bind of the hand on the shin really open up the tops of the shoulders. Give a nice stretch there for the neck area. We all tend to get really tight in here, that front of the neck. And just a couple more here, right and left. And you just coordinate it with your breath as the knee comes in. That's an exhale during the twist. And then as you go back to neutral, you're taking that inhale until you switch sides and you're back to exhaling again. Good. Last round on each side. So you'll end by the right cheek coming into the mat. And then release. And we're going to extend both legs up into the air. Arms can come back down by your side, palms face down. Flex your feet. Reach up through the sole of the foot as well as the inner ankle and pull the pinky toe sides of the feet down. And then just some points and flexes here. So as you inhale, point the toes. And as you exhale, pull the toes back, flexing the feet. Good. Again, inhale, push the toes away, stretching the tops of the metatarsals. And exhale, pull them back, really stretching into the sole or the bottom of the foot. A couple more here. As you do this slowly and mindfully, you can find quite a deep stretch in the lower portion of the leg. Good. Last one, we're going to flex the feet, bend the knees, reach for the outside edges of your feet, and now draw the knees down towards the earth, towards the armpits, and let the arms be the weight that helps to open the hips. As the soles of the feet continue to face the ceiling, breathe here, lengthening the tailbone away from the crown of the head. So happy baby pose. Just feel that great opening there for the base of the body. And then Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet come together. Bend the heels towards the glutes. Let the knees widen. So this is like your butterfly pose on your back. And then press the elbows into the calves just to lengthen the inner thighs a little more. So this bound angle pose, creating a lot of space there in the inner groin. Breathe into it. And again, try to get the tailbone long away from the crown of the head. Good. One more breath here. And we'll release the bind, cross the ankles, hook the index middle thumb around your big toes. And on your inhale, you'll take the legs over the head. Exhale, roll up into a seated position. Lean forward and then do that again. Exhale over the head. Inhale, roll up. Lean forward slightly. And just a couple more. Bringing some energy there into the spine. Enlivening the spinal centers. Good, one more. And then sit tall, feet crossed, cross-legged or half lotus if that's comfortable. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale and forward fold. Just soften over the legs. Let the hands ground, head and neck is relaxed. Breathe here. Let gravity take the upper body, send it towards the earth. And now you send your breath down towards the base of the spine. So on the inhale, breathing in chest, ribs, belly. Exhale, belly, ribs, chest. Good. Sweep your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, take your knuckles away from you. Stretch out your shoulders, lift your heart all the way back up into a seated position, and then lift the chin. Stretch through that front side of the body. Just open it up. And then bring the head back to neutral. Release the hands to the knees. Sit tall for a moment. Feel the space. Feel the effortlessness of the breath inside the body. Good. Right fingertips to the floor. Inhale the left arm up. Walk that right hand out. And a lateral stretch here. Press the left hip away from the fingertips. In the upper arm, roll the shoulder head down into its socket, pinky finger reaching towards the floor. And then press the outer hip away from the fingertips so you get as long as possible. Breathe into it. Navel hugs the back body. Rotate it deeply to the left. Keep leaning back with your shoulders, and gaze can be up near the ceiling. And then lift the left arm all the way up into the air and come back into a neutral spine. And then we'll switch. Right arm's going to lift. Walk the left hand out, and now you're floating over to that left side. Press the right sit bone away, and again, right shoulder head into the socket. Rotate that pinky finger down. So you're going to have nice stability through the top arm. And then just reach the fingers away from the hip. Again, navel here now rotates to the right. Lean back with your chest. Gaze is up. Two more. Deep Ujjayi breaths. And then inhale, reach that right arm back up into the air. Come back into into seated position. Just let the spine settle. And now we'll come into tabletop position. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet press firmly into the floor. On your inhale, lift your heart, lift your sit bones, look up. On the exhalation, draw the navel to the spine, press down into the hands, knees, and feet, opening up the back of the heart. Do that again. Inhale, extend through the front body, lengthen the torso, and on the exhalation, pull everything in and up. Tailbone draws down towards the earth, chin tucks to chest. Good. Keep going. Inhaling, exhaling. So you get that full breath in, that air comes in and goes right towards the abdomen. And then on the exhale, you're going to pull the abdomen in. And so you're bringing that oxygen into the fire. Good. A couple more here. Inhaling, exhaling. Now inhale, lift the heart, lift the sit bones, look up. And exhale, tuck the toes and find downward facing dog. And we'll just work those alignment principles here. Feet about hip distance apart. Turn the toes in slightly, heels out. Roll the inner thighs in and back. Allow the sit bones to spread and lift. You can imagine a rope or a towel wrapped around your waist, lifting your hips up and away from your upper body. And in the upper body, roll the shoulder heads away from the ears. Squeeze the inner elbows toward one another. And press firmly through the web of the index and thumb. So it's almost like you've got these spirals in the arms. In the shoulders, it's an external spiral, slight internal spiral at the elbow and the forearm. Keep lifting the hips up and away, and as you exhale, take the navel in and up underneath the rib cage to hollow out the belly. Last breath here. Then come onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look at your hands, step forward to your fingertips, open your feet hip distance apart. Now hands to hips, scoop the heart, press equally into both feet as you come all the way up to standing. Big toes touching, space between the heels, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up forward and up from the front. And then exhale, forward fold. Take the right hand leg back, lower the knee, top of the foot. Inhale up for low lunge. See if you can bring your palms together. Exhale, step back to plank position. We're going to modify the vinyasa. Bring knees to floor, sit bones to heels, keep the toes tucked. Push your nose, chest, chin across the earth, tops of the feet ground, inhaling to low cobra. And exhale, navel up and back, downward facing dog. Right leg steps forward to the fingertips, lower the left knee down. Inhale up for low lunge, see if you can bring the palms together. Exhale, step the back foot forward, standing forward fold. We're going to interlace those fingers into yoga mudra again. Take the knuckles up and away from you. Bend your knees, scoop through chair, forward and up again as you inhale. Slight back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do the left side. Inhale the arms forward and up. Slight back bend here as well. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg goes back, lower knee, top of the foot. Inhale up for low lunge. Can you bring the palms together? Exhale, step back to plank position, knees to floor, sit bones to heels. Scoop your nose, chest, chin as you inhale. Forward and up into cobra. And exhale to down dog. Left leg steps forward, right knee comes down. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, step forward, standing forward fold, yoga mudra. Bend and scoop, come through, full breath in. Open through that front body. Exhale, hands to heart. Right side again. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg back, low lunge. Inhale, forward and up, palms together. Exhale, plank position, knees down, sit bones back. Inhale, scoop your nose, chest, chin across the earth. Coming into cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg forward, left knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step forward, standing forward fold. Bend and scoop, come through chair. Standing extension, open up. Exhale, heart. Left side. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, fold. Left leg back, low lunge. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, plank position, knees down, sit bones back. Inhale, scoop through. And exhale, down dog. Left leg forward, right knee down. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, step forward, interlace. Bend and scoop, come through. And exhale, hands to heart. We're just going to do one more on each side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Right leg back, inhale. Exhale, plank. Knees down, sit bones back. Scoop forward and up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Right leg through. Left knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step forward. Forward fold, yoga mudra. Bend and scoop, come through. Exhale, heart. Last time, left side. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Left leg back, inhale. Exhale, plank. Knees down, sit bones back. Inhale, scoop through. Exhale, down dog. Left leg through, right knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step forward. Interlace. Bend and scoop. And exhale, hands to heart. And then just leave the hands here at your heart or down by your side. Take a moment to just feel. Feel the heart beating, causing the body to seek more oxygen, more air. Feeding those flames in the navel center. One more breath here. Good. We're going to step to the back of the mat, but if you need blocks, have those blocks handy nearby, somewhere around the middle of the mat. Start with your feet hip distance here at the back of the mat, and then turn your left toes out to a slight angle and step the right foot forward to a comfortable distance. So what you want to feel is that your hips are squared forward. Take the hands onto the sacrum. Inhale, the left arm reaches up. And then as you exhale, you're going to lengthen the chest forward. So imagine someone pulling your arm in front of you. Just come to halfway. And then inhale, arm stays in alignment with the ear, come back up. Repeat that again. Exhale, lengthen forward, microbend that front knee. Inhale, come back up. Good. Again, exhale. Inhale. 2 more, your breath. Press the heel away from the crown. Now, when we go down again, we're going to go into the twist. So what we want to do is first come to that halfway point. And we want to feel all that space in the spine that we just created. And now you can take the hand either under the shoulder on the floor or block, or to the outside of the right foot on the floor or block. Spin your right hand flat onto your sacrum, rotate your navel to the right. If that's comfortable, try taking the right arm up in the air. Breathe here. Sternum away from pubic bone, so keep creating that length in your spine. Each exhalation, pull the abdomen in and up, finding more room to twist. Couple more breaths, press the back heel away from the crown. Last one. Now we're going to unwind, bringing fingertips to either floor or block on either side of the foot. Inhale, feel like you're in monkey pose for a moment. So fingers in a finger stand, reach the sternum forward, and now exhale and fold over that front leg, and we're going to stay. So you can either keep the hands there on the floor, you can point the fingertips towards the back toes, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Squeeze the inner thighs toward the midline. Allow the upper body to really soften over that front leg. And notice those layers, the first initial sensation we meet, and then as we continue to stay and let go, how we're able to go deeper into that stretch. Keep breathing. Good, one more. Now our hands are planted, so we're just going to step the right leg back. Walk the hands to the back of the mat and come into a forward fold here for a moment. Little micro bend in the knee. Upper body soft. Make sure you're not sinking into your heels. Two more here. And then arms in alignment with the ears. Press equally into both feet. Counter gravity as you press down to come all the way up. Slight back bend here. And then exhale, arms come down to your side and just rest. Take a moment. Other side. Turn your right toes out to a slight angle. Step the left foot forward to a comfortable distance. You want to feel that your hips are squared forward to the front. Hands onto the sacrum to start. Inhale, reach the right arm up in alignment with the ear. Exhale, lean forward. You want to bring your chest like someone's pulling your hand towards that front wall, only to halfway. And then keep the arm in alignment with the ear as you press equally into both feet and come back up. Do that again. Exhale. Navel hugs in for supporting the spine. Inhale. Come back up. 3 more with your breath. Remember that the breath helps you. So you can use the light of the inhale to come back up. You can use the stability in the core on the exhale as you go down. Last one. Good. Now this time we're going to move into that twist. So you're going to come back to halfway as you exhale. And now hand can either go under the shoulder on the floor or block, or to the outside of the foot on the floor or block. Spin your left foot, hand flat onto the sacrum. Rotate the navel to the left. Squeeze those inner thighs toward the midline for support. And then if it's comfortable, lift that left arm up. Breathe here. Keep pressing the ball of the front foot away from the back heel so that you have stability in the legs, and then send the sternum forward. Navel hugs the spine on exhalation, giving you more room to twist. Last one. And now melt over that front leg. And again, have your fingers in a finger stand. Lift your heart away so it feels like you're in a monkey pose. Tips of the shoulder blades down the back. And now exhale and just stay in the forward fold. Let everything soften. You can keep your hands just grounded, or you can turn your fingers so that they point towards your back toe. Release the head and neck. Make sure that you keep your supporting legs engaged so they're nice and firm. That when that base of the body is set, the upper body feels safe and will soften more deeply for you. Take the navel in and up. Two more. Feel those layers releasing. And now again, our hands are planted. We're just going to step the left foot back, coming to the back of our mats. Walk the hands all the way to the feet. We'll micro bend the knee and just stay in the forward fold. Again, watch that tendency to sink in the heels. And then pressing into the feet, arms in alignment with the ears. The hardest part is to counter the gravity as you come all the way up, flat back, open into that slight back bend. And then exhale, arms down by your side, and just take a moment to feel. Stamastiti, just rest. And consolidate the effects of the practice. Good. Now we're going to strengthen that navel, that fire, just a little bit more. So start with a block in between your inner thighs and squeeze the block. This just gives a nice awareness of the work of the inner thighs and how that can support the spine. So as you squeeze the block, there's a slight internal rotation, which means this will feel perhaps that the block will want to pop out behind you, but it won't. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, sink into chair pose. Keep squeezing the block. Inhale, lift the heart a little higher. Exhale, now contract the abdomen and forward fold over the bent legs. Keep the knees bent, and you inhale, lean right back into chair. Exhale, contract the abdomen, folding over the legs. Inhale, hips stay low. Open up that heart just a little more into the back bend. Keep going with your breath. Remember, the air feeds those flames, so don't hold the breath. Bring that oxygen deeper into the abdomen on exhalation. On inhalation, get fresh, new prana. Good, last one here. Inhale to chair. And now press into the feet, straighten the arms, straighten the legs, slight back bend. Open that front body and exhale, arms down by your side, your way. Take a moment to stand, keep the block there. Just feel the support of the abdomen, the strength of the legs. And the warmth that's coming, but that feeling of stability. It's not just chaotic heat, chaotic fire, but that slow, stable, steady burn. Okay, remove the block. Staying here at the back of your mat, we'll Vinyasa. Hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold navel to spine. Inhale, monkey pose. Hands either on the shins or floor, but flat back. Exhale, step forward into plank position. It's our first traditional Vinyasa, so bring the knees to the floor, lift the toes behind you, squeeze the elbows tight as the belly comes down. Tops of the feet ground, inhale, halfway to cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. 5 breaths here in down dog. Think of that as a reset. Stabilize the breath. Good. Take the right leg all the way through to the fingertips. And now, high lunge position, fingers in a finger stand on either side of the foot. Press the front shin bone away from the back heel and really get strong through the legs so that you don't feel like you're sinking in your joints in any way. In fact, you've lightened the load on the fingertips. You could effortlessly lift them off the floor. Stay firm in the legs as you press down and inhale. Rise up, arms reach in alignment with the ear. If you're comfortable, palms can come together. Inhale, lift a little higher. Slight back bend, take the gaze up. Exhale, contract the abdomen. Inhale, maybe a little deeper back bend. Exhale. Inhale, one more. And now bring this left elbow on top of that right thigh. Prayer spinal twist. So fist with the bottom hand, cup with the top, or hands in prayer. Keep that back leg strong and straight. Lift up out of that pelvic floor. Get a little taller. Back heels lifted both up and out. Breathe here. Feel that twist, creating that warmth, that heat in the body. Dip the right hip down slightly. Lift the left hip just a little higher. And navel hugs in, twisting deeper to the right. One more. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment, just let everything level out. Breathe here. And Vinyasa. Inhale to plank position. This time, if you want to leave your knees lifted for chaturanga, go ahead, squeeze elbows tight into the side. Then you roll over the toes into upward facing dog. Heart is open, shoulders are back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stabilize the breath. Get back to belly, ribs, chest, belly, ribs, chest. Now the left leg is going to step forward to the fingertips. High on the ball of the back foot. Fingers in a finger stand here. Press the shin bone away from the back heel. Lighten the load on your fingertips and use your legs more. And
if you'd like, you can even sink for a moment in your joints and feel the heaviness of that, what that's like. And now engage the pelvic floor, lift up out of the joints, create that inner body lift, and notice the difference. When you're nice and stable in the legs, inhale the arms forward and up. If you're comfortable, bring the palms together. Inhale, lift a little higher. Opening into the back bend, take the gaze up. Exhale, slight contraction of the abdomen, navel to spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, we're going to go ahead and take that left hand down to the thigh. Exhale the right elbow onto that leg, fist with the bottom hand, cup with the top, or hands in prayer. Moving into that twist. Inhale, get taller, get longer. Exhale, squeeze and rotate deeper. Keep pressing up and out through the back heel. Heel away from the crown of the head, as much length as possible. Breathe deeply. Full breaths, feed the flames. Helps with that detox, cleaning, clearing out anything that's stagnant. And then bring your fingertips to the floor. This time we're going to step the back foot forward, come into standing forward fold at the front of your mat. Head and neck is relaxed. Watch the tendency to sink in the heels, come forward a little bit in the balls of the feet. Settling here. No strain in the back of the neck. And then arms forward and up. Press equally into both feet. Inhale, lift, slight back bend. And exhale, hands to heart or by your side, Samastiti, just rest. And again, you give the nervous system a chance to settle, to absorb the patterns you've just created, the prana is moving through the system. And the breath begins to slow, becomes more steady. Move into eagle pose. Put the weight into your left foot and point your right toes out to the side. Extend your arms long. So we're going to cross the right leg over the left at the knee. And if you can get the toes to tuck behind the calf, great. If not, don't worry about it. Right arm out in front of you, left arm over at the elbow. Rotate the palms together, eagle pose. Now you can feel that pelvic floor is squeezing in and up. And if you want to go deeper, start to bend and tuck into a tiny little ball. Elbows come towards knees, shoulders to press away from the ears. Gaze is very steady. Two more breaths. Keep squeezing everything to the midline. And now release it. Extend the leg, extend the arms like you're going to fly out to the side, and then come back. Find mountain pose. Notice it's like gathering all that warmth and heat and then just releasing it out through the body. Let's do the other side. Left toes point out, cross that left leg over at the knee. If you can tuck the toes behind the calf, great. Left arm out, right arm over at the elbow. Rotate the palms together. Now, again, you can just stay upright if that's easier for you. Otherwise, we're going to start to tuck. And that tiny little ball, take your time with it, challenges the balance. Navel hugs in and up, just like the pelvic floor is naturally lifting here. So this really teaches us that Mula and Uddiyana Bandha. Keep taking the shoulders away from the ears, down the back. And now inhale, come back up. Point the toes, let the arms fly, give it away. And then find your standing mountain pose. Feel all that warmth. Last one. And we'll come back to the front of our mats. Do one more vinyasa here to the floor. Big toes touching, space between the heels or feet hip distance apart. Inhale the arms forward and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose, flat back, your way. Exhale, step or lightly hop back to plank position, and also here your way. Knees lowered or lifted, chaturanga. If the knees are down, it's cobra, and otherwise up dog. And exhale to down dog. One more breath. Now, take the knees to the floor, but widen them. Toes touch behind you. And now sit bones to the heels for a wide child's pose, forehead to the mat. Reach your fingers as far as they'll go and then relax. One more. Just come up halfway with the chest. Take your left elbow towards your right knee, about 3 inches away. Make a fist with your bottom hand, cup with your top. Lift your chest off your thighs, so get long through your spine. And then exhale and slowly bring the upper arm and head down towards the floor. So you're moving into the twist here, twisting child's pose. And once you get to the bottom, just relax. Keep the forearms right in alignment with one another. And send your breath into any area that's calling for it. Two more. Breathe into that sensation. And then gently release back to center into that wide child's pose again. Let the spine level out. Now we'll do the other side. So right forearm, 3 inches in front of the left knee. Fist with your bottom hand, cup with your right. Lift your chest off your thighs. So you want to get as much height through the spine as possible. And then once you have that, you can begin to deepen the twist. Slowly lower that upper arm and head towards the floor. Take your time with it. There's no rush. And then once you're there, just stay and breathe. The body position's holding the twist for you. So the only job you have here is to breathe. Keep those forearms stacked. And then once again, we're going to unwind and just let our body come back to that neutral position. Hands under the shoulders, roll yourself up to sitting on your heels. Now we're going to keep the knees wide here for a variation of Supta Virasana. It's a little bit easier when the knees are wide. Can be still a very challenging posture, so be mindful with your options here. Fingertips point towards the toes. Option number 1 is to just tuck the tailbone under and then press into the hands and lift the sternum and just come into this back bend here. You can have the gaze neutral or you can look up slightly. Just don't collapse the back of the neck. And find your breath. Keep absorbing the tailbone into the body. Now, if you want to keep going, you can take the forearms to the floor and hold the feet. And again, you can let the head rest back. If the shoulders are there like a shelf, they can hold the base of the skull so that you're not really collapsing the back of the neck. Choice is yours. But again, tailbone in, lower belly lift. Keep the tops of the knees reaching down towards the floor. And the third option is to widen the elbows and bring the crown of the head to the earth. Now you've got the support of the earth under the head, so you don't have to worry about collapsing that neck, but the knees, if you're tight, might want to come off the floor, so keep pressing them down and away, keep taking that tailbone in. And then that fourth and final option is to release the shoulders completely, let the whole upper body rest on the floor. So wherever you're at is where you're meant to be. Breathe into it. Feel the tops of the thighs lengthening all the way up that front line, that front flat fascial line. And the more space that we have in this front body, the more we can deepen that breath and use it to feed the flames for the fire in the navel center. A couple more breaths. Good. To come out of it, you've got to go slow. So if you were all the way down, first you come to the crown. Then if you were on the crown, you bring the elbows in, but keep the head back, and eventually get to the hands. Keep the head back, bring the knees together now, and lift with the sternum to pull you forward like you had a hook onto your chest. And then come back into neutral, and make sure you take the tailbone in, lift the lower belly, rest the hands in the lap, and create a neutral spine. It's a deep back bend, so observe, body adjusting. Notice the quality of the mind. And then we'll bring our hips to one side and take our legs out in front of us for Dandasana staff pose. Internally rotate your legs in and down. Hands beside the hips, flex the feet. Find that neutral spine for a moment, still allowing the body to adjust. Good, breathe here. We're going to start with right foot to inner thigh. Keep the hips relatively squared forward. Inhale, reach both arms up in alignment with your ears. Exhale, lean forward over that front leg. Now, wherever your hands land, shin, ankle, foot, floor, that's where you're meant to be. Just be there. And if you'd like to hold on to either the shin or the toes, you can inhale and lift the chest a little bit like it's monkey pose. And then exhale and fold over the leg and stay. Now make sure your supporting leg stays straight, foot stays flexed. Keep releasing through that right hip, knee gets heavy. And then gravity just takes the upper body, but make sure you're not collapsing the heart. We've done all this work to open that up. You want to keep it open. Just two more. Now, arms in alignment with the ears. You got to activate the back body, press down into the feet, come back up, and then exhale, extend the leg, hands beside the hips, Dandasana staff. Good, other side. Left foot to the inner thigh, internally rotate the leg. Inhale, the arms reach up. And exhale, lengthen, like again, someone's pulling your arms, lengthen forward over the leg. Wherever your hands land, shin, ankle, foot, floor, that's where you're meant to be. But hold on for a moment and inhale, lean the chest back, flattening the spine, drawing the shoulder blades down your back. It feels like monkey pose here. And now exhale, melt completely over that leg, and now stay. And you might notice there's a difference between right side and left. Just breathe into it. The more we do these practices, the more balance we begin to find.
Just a couple more breaths. Keep feeding the flames with that deep inhale. And then once again, arms in alignment with the ears, press down into the legs, come back up with a flat back, extend both legs, hands beside the hips, and just sit tall for a moment. Crown reaching away from tailbone. Good. Marichiasana C. So we're going to bring the right foot in. It's getting close to that left inner thigh. Knee is bent. Inhale, lift your left arm up in the air, and then wrap that arm around the leg. Bring the right hand back behind you, and rotate your navel to the right. So your right hand is just there for a little extra support. Most of the work comes from the pelvic floor lifting and the crown getting taller. So each inhale, the spine can lengthen, and each exhale, navel rotates a little deeper to the right. And if you need to, it's perfectly fine to unwind a little bit on inhale so that you get that deeper twist, deeper breath rather, and then exhale, you find a deeper twist. And then slowly unwind. Hold your shin bone for a moment in neutral so that you just feel the spine adjust. And then once again, you can extend that leg and find Dandasana. So it's like the Dandasana becomes the rest or the reset at the beginning and end of each posture. Other side. Bend your left knee. Again, that foot is close to the inner thigh. Flex your right foot. You don't want it to tilt to one side or the other. Keep it straight. Inhale the right arm up and then wrap that arm around the leg. Take the left hand back behind you and rotate your navel to the left. Again, keep lifting tall, extending through the crown of the head. Each exhale, navel in, rotate deeper, taking that belly out of the way. And then gently release, come back to center again, hold shin bone, sit tall, tall spine. Feel the unwinding. And then straighten that leg, Dandasana staff. We're going to come onto our backs and we'll prepare for Shavasana, but before we do that, I'd like to do a Viparita Karani mudra. So come onto your back, hug your knees into your chest to start, and have a block handy nearby. Good. Feet flat, knees bent. Just like the bridge pose we started with, arms are going to be down by your side. And then press into your feet and come up as high as you can on the balls of the feet. Now you're going to slide your block underneath your sacrum. Ideally, you want it on the tallest edge, but if that doesn't work, that's fine. Bring it on the middle edge or flat edge. And then once you have the block in position and you're comfortable, take both legs up in the air. So it should feel relatively effortless to keep the legs up here. So much so that you could actually open up your shoulders, rotate your palms up towards the ceiling. Now, Viparita Karani Mudra, you can still press up through the balls of the feet if you'd like. Spread the toes. Legs are firm. And the beautiful thing about the inversion is the work is being done for you. So the fire is still strong and bright from the practice. But now, because we've inverted the body, it's burning into the lower portion of the digestive tract, that colon area where some of that accumulation is, the toxins. And so naturally, it's helping to release that from the body. That fuel just makes the fire stronger and brighter. Just a few more deep, slow Ujjayi breaths. And when very slowly take one leg down and then the other and come into bridge supported by the block. So just shift it a little bit so that you feel comfortable here. Feel both feet on the ground. And as you feel the blood leveling out, then come onto the balls of the feet, slide the block out, and once again, one vertebra at a time, just melt that spine down into the mat. If you want to have the feet a little wider than hip distance, let the knees fall into one another. Hands can just rest comfortably on the belly. Good, and then we'll prepare for Shavasana. So if you want to let your body temperature cool down slowly, make sure that you have your socks, sweaters, blanket, whatever you need to stay warm. And then you'll come onto your back, feet a little wider than hip distance apart, arms down by your side, palms face up. Shoulder blades tuck underneath you, heart is open. And take a minute just to settle in, make any additional adjustments that you might need to get comfortable. And then let your body be still. And if you'd like, for a few moments, just again watch the rise and fall of the abdomen, but don't shape the breath. Let it just come in and go out at its natural pace. You stay in the role of the observer.
So very slowly begin to deepen your breath. And take your time to run your thumb across your fingertips. Wiggle your toes. And curl to your right side into fetal position, stabilizing your spine for a moment. Head under the head as a pillow. Place your hand into the earth. Slowly come back up into seated. Head and neck heavy, eyes closed as you come up. And if you want to prop your sit bones up for a moment on a bolster or blanket, please do so. Sit bones anchored, crown of the head lifted, tall spine. And just take a few moments to watch the breath come in through the nostrils. Trace it down the back of the throat, past the heart, the solar plexus, and into the abdomen. And then exhale from the abdomen back up and out the nostrils. Establish a steady rhythm. And then on your next inhale, as you bring the breath in through the nostrils down to the belly, pause at the top of inhale and just see that extra moment or two as the oxygen absorbing into the flames, making them stronger and brighter. And then exhale and bring the breath back up and out through the nostrils. Repeat that again. Inhale. Breath comes in, moves down into abdomen. See that pause, soaking the oxygen prana into the flames. And then exhale back up and out through the nostrils. Please continue. Two more, please. Last one. And when you finish, just bring your awareness down into the abdomen and see that steady burning fire. See the light that emanates from it, filling each and every cell, every tissue, every organ. Everything vibrating with health and vitality.
And bring your hands together in front of your heart. Let your thumbs touch your sternum. Bow your head to your hands. And just go back to the intention that we set at the beginning of the practice. And just trust that you received what you could receive. Let the rest go. We'll seal this practice with a chant of Om. Deep inhale in. Long exhale out. Another deep inhale in. Ram Agni Swaha. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for practice. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And in the description, there's a link to the Patreon account. Any donation that you can offer is greatly appreciated. Namaste.